Hi! Hello! Today I'm going to have a little craft for you. I'm going to bring you a little craft that you can do for Valentine's Day. I think it is going to be fun. We're going to be making heart barrettes or clips for your hair, or I'm going to kind of go over a couple of other things you can do with them. For this project, you are going to need a large piece of felt in whatever color matches your top color, and I chose a glittery sheet of I guess this is like paper for scrapbooking. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. These things are both relatively inexpensive, and then you're going to need some barrettes. Let me show you. You will also need a pair of scissors. And I will put everything in the description box and the brands that I bought. And if you're interested, I will also put the cost of everything. They're going to look like this. See that? Okay, and then you will also need a glue gun, just a low temp glue gun, and some glue sticks. And maybe a pencil, because you're going to be needing to make a heart pattern. So to start off with, if you want to go ahead and take the glitter sheet and glue the sheet of felt onto the back. You will have a remnant over here. I couldn't find felt the same size, but if you can find them the same size, that would be great. So you're just going to want to glue these two things together with the hot glue. And try, you don't have to get it perfect. We are going to cut this, but I mean, try to get it on there pretty flat. You want it to be pretty flat. You don't want it to be lumpy or anything like that. So, I'm super excited. This is really my first crafting video for this channel. I am a crafter. I enjoy doing crafts, and I had another YouTube channel where I did crafts, but I didn't feel like I was really able to showcase my crafting as much as I will on this channel, because this one is just dedicated to crafts and things. So yeah, crafts and talks. You might be wondering about my channel name, since I haven't really gone over that yet, like why the Ironing Maiden. And it was actually because I was recently making a quilt, and if you've ever made a quilt, you know that there is a lot of ironing involved, especially if you want to make sure that everything is very even, you know. You want to make sure all those pieces are going to fit together just so, and so it requires a lot of ironing. And I was talking to my mom, and I had been making this really, I'll show you the quilt in one of my later videos, but I had been making this really, like, very non-threatening, very pastel-y, like country style quilt, just like a simple scrap quilt. And during the process of the quilt making, I was listening to a lot of heavy metal music, which I'm sure I don't look like somebody who listens to heavy metal music, but I do. I actually listen to Iron Maiden. And so I had been listening to like all this heavy metal music while I was making this super delicate little quilt. And I was telling my mom, I said, you know what, I feel like an Ironing Maiden. And I was kind of joking because I was like, you know, listening to like lots of metal music. But at the same time, I also make like Renaissance clothing and things like that, because it is just something me and my family do. We do festivals and things like that, which I'm sure I'll have plenty of videos about that coming, because we go twice a year to different festivals. But I thought it's funny because I was ironing, obviously, but I am also considered a maiden whenever we go to the Renaissance festivals and all of that. So I thought it was hilarious, and she thought it was hilarious, and she was like, that should be your YouTube name, because I have been talking about making a crafting channel, and it just so happens that that wound up being my thing. So I googled it, and there's actually a band called Ironing Maidens, which I loved. I thought that was great. I can't remember whether they're from Australia or New Zealand, and they actually like had the name, and I was like, you know what, that's okay. I'm still gonna make my name. Okay, so if you've got it pretty much glued down, that is great. It's gonna look like this. This is the front, this is the back. So yeah, so this is my pattern. I just cut out a little heart, and I'm gonna make one that looks just like a heart, just like regular. And oh, I forgot my Sharpie. Give me just a second. I forgot to mention, you will also need a Sharpie in a darker color than whatever you're using. And because the felt is going to be the back, that's going to be the side we're going to draw on. So just use your stencil, and you can make this in any shape you wanted and in any color. I'm just doing a heart because it's Valentine's Day coming up, and I wanted to have something festive. And so a heart it is. So this is what it's going to look like. Gonna be a heart, but because my channel is dedicated to not just being, you know, your normal, because I like oddities, so I'm not gonna just make your average, you know, your average Valentine's Day, because I know Valentine's Day is lovey-dovey for some people, you know, and for other people they just want to break a vase of flowers. So we are going to do a lovey-dovey version of this. A lovey-dovey version where we are all happy and everything is sunshine and rainbows and everyone is, you know, just loving love and all that. And then we're going to do one for the rest of the people. Alright, so if you notice that anywhere on your heart has a space that's coming up, like you see right here, it's kind of coming up, just go back around with your glue stick and fix any areas that you may have missed whenever you were initially gluing everything down. You don't have to use a glue stick for this. You could use E6000. You could use fabric glue if you were gonna, I don't know, maybe you didn't want to use sparkly paper. Maybe you wanted to use some sort of fancy fabric and just have a fabric clip. That would be fine too. Just make sure you get all of the spider webs off. That's like the little, for those of you who are very novice at crafting, that's going to be any type of, you see this little, I don't know if you can see it, it's like a little string. You can see that little string that came off of there just now. They are referred to as spider webs. Oh, look, my glue stick just fell out. But I know that Valentine's Day, it takes all forms for all people, and I want my channel, my crafting, to be an expression of not just your average cutesy crafts. You know, I want to have some oddity crafts that I'll do with you guys, and some more strange things that are more novel, more tongue-in-cheek, that type of stuff, because I feel like there isn't a whole lot of crafting videos out there like that, and I mean, I am one for something more novel, you know, but like in a strange type of way. I mean, I'll maybe do I don't know, like a show and tell of all of my past crafting adventures where I have made some pretty odd pieces of jewelry or clothing items or just accessories and things like that that are just kind of like a little on the stranger side. Alright, so after you have your heart, if you have any little bits of felt coming out on the sides, go ahead and trim them. I just did that. Alright, so now we are going to need our clip. Okay, so you can do this one of two ways. There's actually a space on the little clip to sew it on. On these ones, they have two little holes in the back. So you could sew this on if that's your deal. But I'm not gonna do that. It's not, no. I'm not gonna do that. I forgot, actually. I'm gonna pull some of this up. I am going to take a little strip of felt. And I totally forgot about this, so maybe don't glue the whole piece on. Cut a little piece off first. A little strip of felt. Doesn't have to be very big, just about this big. And I am going to first clip it in there like this. See how I do that? And you can tell which is the top and which is the bottom because the bottom side is going to be flat. So, that is going to be the side that you want to have, like, touching your hair, if that makes sense. So, like, when you put it in your hair, like, you're going to want the flat side up against your head. Alright, so now that we have the flat side and the other side, you're going to want to take the side that isn't flat with the felt clipped in there, and you're going to want to put the glue on there. And try to center this as best as you can. I am hoping that I do this well. Alright, and then you're just going to press it on there, and you're going to hold it down while it's drying. Alright, hold it down, hold it down. Okay, so then, with these little pieces of felt that are left up, you're going to want to E6000 them down, or not E6000, but hot glue them down on both sides. Hot glue them down on both sides. And then there will be a remnant on them as well, and probably some spider web. So just take the spider web off, get it off. That's the only bad thing about using hot glue, is that it gets like little bits of like spider webby hot glue everywhere. And then you're just going to want to cut the end off like that. And then once it is completely dry, you will have a nice little clip. And it will go in your hair. I will show you what that's going to look like in just a minute. And now we are going to, I'm going to go ahead and cut another little strip. We are going to make another one, but it's going to be a little different. Okay, so we have our heart, right? But this is the happy heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this heart a little more upset. A little more, you know, broken. And you're just going to want to cut your heart. And now you have a piece of broken heart over here and a piece of broken heart over here, right? Two halves of a broken heart, because some people are having a sad Valentine's Day. Just saying. Not everybody is all, you know, enjoying this festival of love. So, go ahead and trace these out as well. On to your felt. You can put one of these on one side of your hair and one of these on the other side of your hair, or if you have like you just want one, you can give the other one to somebody, or you don't have to cut both sides out. But if you cut both out, there is something really cute that you can do with it. And I like to actually use these little clips for on my sneakers or like my tennis shoes where my laces are, because they clip really well onto the end of your laces, you know, like kind of where you tie the bow, you can clip one in, or you can clip one in kind of in the middle or something, which might sound weird, but I like to have, you know, glitzy shoes, sparkly shoes, because I just like it. Really like glitter. I like to sparkle. So, here's one side. And if you wanted to get really creative, which I will do, I'm gonna do it. There's an option that you can do with these broken-hearted ones, and I actually did not mention this at the beginning of like the needs, but I will be right back. I have like all my crafts over here. I'll be right back. You can either buy regular paint or some puffy paint, which is what I have. It's just red puffy paint. I had this because red is my favorite color, and so whenever I get like a CD or something, I write my name on it in puffy paint. But I always have some red puffy paint laying around. So what I'm actually going to do is, after I get these to where I like them and everything, before I glue the clip on, I'm going to put some, like, it's going to look like there's blood where the heart broke. Just like some little drippy drops. So that'll be cute. Or I might go ahead and do that before I put the clip on, that way it can dry and all of that stuff. And I will show you guys these in another video with my sneakers, because I am also going to do some, I don't really want to call it a lookbook, just like how I style my crafting creations, I guess would be more appropriate. So these guys are actually going to be for my shoes, but you could totally wear them in your hair too. You could put like one on one side, or it kind of looks like an ear, but like maybe not like that. Like, oh, it kind of does look like ears. Like, don't put them like that. I feel like those are for your shoes. This one I think is all dry, and I will show you what it's gonna look like. There you go. I'm gonna have just like a giant big heart in your hair, and you can do this in any color. Ooh, I'm forever getting things stuck in my hair. You can do this in any color. Let's see, I have like a little ponytail right up here. Oh, there we go. And so it's like a big heart, and you could be like totally, I don't know, that person, you know? We all know that person. That person who is just like, the person who wears a giant heart in their hair. And I guess I'm that person, that I know that's that person. But if you know that person, or if you have a kid, I mean, this would be good for a kid, you know? For like Valentine's Day picture, or school, or whatever. Like a program, I don't know. What do people do for Valentine's Day? I can't really remember. I went to school until like 5th grade, and then I was homeschooled, so we didn't really have like holiday parties at homeschool, you know, or like programs. I don't know what people do. I assume people do something, you know, getting festive and whatnot. Do people have Valentine's Day parties? Is that a thing? I went to parties on Valentine's Day, but they were anniversary parties because my mom's parents were married on Valentine's Day, and then also birthday party because I have a cousin who was born on Valentine's Day. So just lots of Valentine's happenings. I am super excited for this February actually, because it's leap year. goodness, the phone. You guys, give me just a second. Give me a second. It's probably a telemarketer. Hello. What'd I tell you guys? I think I just want to cruise. What is up with that? Do people actually win cruises over the phone? I didn't even like sign like a form or anything. I don't know. Do you get those weird calls too? You want to cruise. Ah, you're so lucky. You want to cruise. And it has like this weird, I guess it's supposed to be like a boat horn. Like, I don't even know. But what was I even talking about? Oh, leap year. I'm excited for leap year. I don't have a leap year birthday or anything. I'm not excited because of that. But I don't know. I just feel like leap year is like always fascinated me because it only comes, you know, every 4 years. And I actually did know a couple of people who had leap year birthdays, and I always wondered about them because I remember people used to like joke like, oh, you're only 2 years old, like when we were younger, you know, or like whatever. They would just count like the leap years instead of like being like, oh, you know. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and then I'll be finished, and I'll show you both of them done. So, with the puffy paint, you're going to want to just, I don't know, be creative. Oh, I probably should shake it up first. We don't have room. Do you shake puffy paint up? I don't even know. Normally I just squeeze it out, but sometimes that wreaks havoc. Alright. Okay. Oh no, I like it. I think it's gonna look good. It's gonna totally look crazy, but it looks nice. It looks crazy messy. Like your heart has just been broken and split apart. There we go. So that was my little bloody heart side. It says, ah! Okay, so this is my DIY today, and this would actually work for other things. I said you could put it in your shoes or whatever, but you could also put it like in your shirt, like I'm wearing like a shirt right now. So like I don't have anything up here, so I could totally just like put this little heart up here, and it could be like, I've got my shirt on, I'm being professional, I'm being, you know, whatever. And you could also put one of these, you know, up here, like, oh, my heart is broken. So definitely just like, if you make these, please, please, please post pictures. I do have an Instagram, and I will try to start posting photographs on there. I'm still trying to like figure things out because I know I have like a laptop, and I'm trying to get the Instagram app on my laptop. So the pictures could come a little later than this video being uploaded, but I will try to put pictures of everything. And like, maybe I'll put pictures of like me wearing these things out and about. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you make these. And if you do, please send me a picture. I want to see them. And also, if you have any other like creative things that you do, like if it's like something interesting, I would love to see it. So I hope you have a good day, and I hope you have a fun Valentine's Day. There will be more Valentine's Day themed videos coming. I'll try to make them shorter than this one. I know this one was really long, but I hope that this video was fun for you, and I am just starting out, so I'll try to make them, I don't know, more condensed in the future. But I had fun, and I hope you had fun too, and I hope you just have a fantastically either lovey-dovey or I want to break a vase of flowers Valentine's Day, because either way, it'll be you.